There is a new travel club in town, offering the best travel discounts anywhere you go, and travel loyalty points for even bigger discounts, so you can travel more and travel better. Exclusive premium travel experiences, so you can see the world with different eyes. Quite literally. A new Travel Plus product focused on you achieving your goals and dreams, helping you learn, connect, and grow while you experience the world in style. DreamTripsX, powered by IX, in partnership with Dream Trips. Explore new destinations, connect, grow, and conquer your dreams.
That's so cool. Well, guys, welcome. Thank you all for being here with us today. Liv, I really appreciate you being on with me on a Saturday. I know I threw this at you last minute and said, hey, we should probably do a call on Saturday. So appreciate that. I know you're out in California, so it's super early as well. So thank you for being on with us and excited to be here with you.
Yes, thanks for having me. And I'm so excited about this products that I'm just very excited that we're doing this so we can tell everybody all about it.
Awesome. Well, and then I also see Miss Boomy Moore here on the chat here. We are also very excited. We cannot stand it. Obviously, there's a lot of different things that are going on. Today's call, guys, is a little bit of it's going to kind of be like a conversation between me and Liv. Not so much a podcast, but just a back and forth. We want you guys to understand, what is the vision of xlife, IX, Dream Trips. Also maybe give a little bit of clarity on, implementation. Liv, maybe help us a little bit. We've had some questions about understanding, all the different brands as well, because, we went from IX, the company, and it was the only thing, to this massive, portfolio of brands and branding our traders and branding our channels and branding our platform and all these different things. So those are some of the things I want to talk about today, guys. And no better person to ask than the creator of everything here, Miss Liv. So with that, Liv, I don't know if you want to kind of start. Maybe let's start with the concept. I know we have slides here. Let's start with the kind of the overall vision of what you saw coming in, even going through the trial that we just went through, with the regulators and all that stuff. Like when you saw all of that happening, kind of what was your thought process? What was going through your head when all this happened?
Right. I mean, I think trials are part of life, right? I think anybody that got anywhere knows that. And it's the same thing that reflects the mission of IX, right? Like, we can do so much better, we can live better, and it's not that we can remove obstacles, right? But we can empower ourselves to overcome them, right? So obstacles and trials just don't intimidate me, never did, never will. So I wasn't fazed by that, right? What I was holding on to is what you created, right? The community that you built and the potential that gives me to help you create this platform to really make an impact in the world and show people that they can live better.
100%. And, one of those things is we start looking at, we talk about these challenges and issues. And I think whether it's a regulator, government agency, or if it's in our own individual lives, or if it's, just us being on these things too much, not spending enough time with the family, whatever it may be, we start looking at that. And the why was, IX. The reason we started the company was to do good in the world and to provide a platform where people could be and change their lives. But going into the slides here a little bit at the same time, you identified, the problems, right? So we're talking about challenges and problems. I figured, let's pull this up here. Too much noise, too much distractions, too much divisions. Tell us a little bit about that. What's going on in the world these days?
Right. So for me, it's this thing, right? When I say we can live better, it's just like the human potential, our potential is there, right? Everybody's born with it. It's coded into our DNA, right? We're meant for more. We're meant for great things. But we just have to fight against, right, all this. We literally have to fight against all that, besides all the obstacles, besides the things that come, right? Like just us within ourselves. This is what we're fighting every day, right? We just like, our focus is completely taken away from us. That's something that drives me crazy. That's something that drives me crazy because I know we say the word curated a lot, right? Because the thing is that like I live a curated life. I curate my life, right? I'm very intentional. And when I say intentional, I'm intense and intentional. So it's kind of my own intentional, right? But for me, there's no other way to living life because, you get one shot at this thing. And it does drive me crazy that technology is out there playing against us, when it doesn't have to, because it's not the technology, right? It's what's being presented to us and fed to us that's really distracting us from our own dreams. And that's crazy.
Yeah, and we see it every single day, right? It doesn't matter what it is, and it doesn't matter what platforms are out there. I think human nature is, they're looking to forget about their life. They're looking to forget about their problems, and so they go to those distractions. And it's funny, you go out, whether it's in downtown, any city downtown. Next time you guys are out walking down the street, just look around, put your phone away for a little bit, observe some people, and you're going to see this motion all the time. They're just doing this. It's like, that's like the number one. That's like, oh, wow. You have a really good, strong wrist and a really good, strong thumb, right? These days. Everything else is kind of just, you see it in people's lives. You see it in people's habits because that distraction is becoming so prevalent in their lives that it's overtaking who they are and what they can be. So when we're putting this ecosystem together and looking at what we can do, and the word curated comes up a lot. We joke about it a little bit, but it's living your life intentionally, and it's living your life by your design, right? And I know that's part of my philosophy is like I started on this journey of entrepreneurship to live the life that I wanted to live. I was in the military for 5 years, served 3 tours in Iraq, and I was just at that point of my life sick and tired of people telling me what to do, right? They tell you to do something in the military, you can't question it like you would a boss or a leader or a friend or a family member. You just have to do it. And so I got really good at following orders, but I'm not really good at following orders either. So living my life by my design is exactly what I wanted to do. And that's why we created this platform. And I was at a point in my career where, I was tired of also within this industry, all of the hype, all of the drama, all of the same people over and over again, controlling the companies or the industry or the future of the distributors. And so when they say, it's kind of a funny saying, if you can't get a seat at the table, build your own table. And that's what we've done here, right? Like if you don't want to be at that table, which I didn't want to be there, I got a seat at it. I didn't like the people that I was around. So I was like, hey, we're just going to go build our own table. I'm going to build my own seat, and then I'm going to invite the people that I want. So that's where we're at today, guys. And what we want you guys to see is with IEX, with these brands, with what we're putting together is giving people a solution for these problems in the world, right? But we're not trying to go out there and directly change their habits immediately. With time, it'll happen. But we want to filter through that noise. We want to help them find that focus. But more than anything, if you guys were out in Oakley, we talked a lot about a unifying purpose, a unifying message. And when unity comes into play with what we are doing on the product side, on the compensation side, on the leadership side, on the corporate side, when all of that starts to just come into alignment, it creates an environment, or I should say a culture, that people want to be a part of, right? And we've been really good at doing this the last couple of years, right? We've had some great successes as a company. We've put a lot of focus in helping people change their financial lives, but at the same time, changing people's financial lives is just fixing the symptoms, right? It fixes a symptom. So you help somebody make more money. I guarantee you, if you don't fix the underlying problem, they're just going to go and spend more money. They're still going to be in debt because you didn't fix the underlying problem. So what we want to do is truly help people through the systems, through habit tracking, through challenges, through social, through curated content that'll help people understand and know that there's a different way of thinking. So that's the way I look at this, is like, what can we do, not just as a fix as a product, but what can we do as a culture and a community inside of IX and what we're building. And I know part of that, we'll get to the brands here in a minute, but Liv, I kind of want to use a segue to kind of talk a little bit about the vision of xlife, because I know the ecosystem slide's coming up here, but let's start with xlife here a little bit, because that's the one that I've got a lot of questions on, like, well, what does xlife mean, or what is this, and why is it free, type of thing.
Right. So it's exactly what we're talking about, of the power of the technology, right? So technology has reached all of us now, right? All of us of all ages, we're all there stuck. And right now at this point, I mean, it's turning really quickly into a bad thing, because we're just fed distraction, right? We're just fed, buy this, buy that, and we're literally like racing in a hamster wheel, just making money so we can buy what's in our screen, right? And then look at other people's lives in our screen. But that also gives us a huge opportunity, right? Where technology is right now is a huge opportunity to do the good, to make an impact. And that's what I'm really passionate about, right? So it's to take that screen and to do all these things, right? It's to filter the bad and let people tune back to what they're meant to discover themselves and to follow their dreams, right? Because people are amazing and they're capable of incredible things if they just have the time to think, right? To think through and to power up their own brains. It's not something external, it's internal, but it takes focus. It takes focus. Focus is a very delicate thing. But then we can come in now and we can direct that focus. We can direct that focus back to people through curated content and a curated social platform where everybody's in there together with this realization that we can act our life, right? We can improve, we can grow, and it's time for it, right? Like for me, like I'm just tired, right? I mean, I'm very focused, but right, like I can't be on social media. I just can't, because I'm just so tired of what is being shoved down our throats, right? And I want to use my time to improve my life, to build a legacy for my children, because in the end of the day, that's the meaning of life to me, right? So that's what we're doing with xlife. It's really just filtering the noise and helping people focus on themselves and achieve that mindset that, like, I'm in this life to be the best I can be, to do the most I can do, and to achieve the most I can achieve. And let's go down that path now,
And it's one thing came to my mind here, and this is a little bit like, I learned this from a religious leader, but it's not meant in a religious sense, is, there's a concept, what came to my mind is stand in holy places. And what I mean by that is you are a product of your environment, right? So if this over here is offering me distraction, noise, problems, drama, or negativity through media, and this is our just regular standard technology, and here's what we have at IX, and it focuses you, and it gives you an environment, it gives you a sense of belonging of other like-minded people. It's just going to help you live a better life immediately, right? Whether you're a free user or a premium user, it doesn't really matter. So that's what we're putting together, guys, through xlife and through this platform. So let's talk a little bit about these brands. We talked about xlife. It is a digital lifestyle club, okay? You can think of it like a social media for digital entrepreneurs, right? It's free. Anybody can come in, you can invite people, they can go through the curated content, they can start to see what IX is all about. They'll be able to get some sample content as well from our Skills Academy, okay? Our Skills Academy Right now, as you guys know, us as a company, we started in the trading education space. So our first academy that we're launching is XCore. Okay. XCore will come with all of the pre-recorded content. It'll come with live sessions. It'll come with financial newsletter signals, which will help you identify opportunities in the market, when to get into the market, when to get out of the market. But what we're also adding over the next 30, 60, and 90 days are more academies. And those are meant to focus on what I think I'm the most passionate about, is that spark and that flow. And I love those two names. Let's talk a little bit about skills, but let's talk a little bit. I think people know what XCore is, trading education, people that follow us. Let's talk about the vision for spark and flow as well.
Yes, for sure. So the main thing about skills and every academy that we are going to launch in there is that for me, like building this product, it's just like I always go, obviously, what's the goal, right? And I reverse engineer from there. Obviously, the goal is to help people achieve, right, what they came to learn. And then, you know, I go and obviously we do a lot of market research and what's working and what's not working, what results. Obviously, we're talking about multi-billion-dollar industry, right, in online education. But you're looking at how many people are doing and how many people are actually implementing those things and how many people are actually achieving, right, anything after the education they're receiving. And actually the rates are really low. So, you know, we dive into it to figure out like why, like what is the missing piece? Because we're not just about to launch another product, right? So we're looking at it, and then there's a very important missing pieces there, which comes down to the implementation side of that education. And because what it is that if you just have a library of videos, you know, and then people are coming in and they're watching that video and they're turning away from the screen and they're going just to scroll their life away again, it's not really people are not implementing the skills that they're learning. So every academy that we launch comes with a concept that's called the launch pad that allows people to practice those skills. And most importantly, you know, creates opportunities for them to achieve within that skill, right? So obviously we have different skills, like entrepreneurship is a big one, right? Like you can learn these skills about entrepreneurship, but learning how to implement those skills and learning how to actually, you know, start, build, scale a business using those skills are all very different things. And the thing about online education is that everybody stops at that first. I gave you the education, good luck with it, and it doesn't quite work. So that's the biggest differential. And Spark, obviously digital entrepreneurship, like you created IX, you know, to give that dream to people, which I'm very passionate about. And it's something that we're going to teach. It's something obviously that I've done all my life too. I started working at 15 years old. And flow, which is the mindset, right? Which again, it takes so much work, right? It takes growth and development. It's not just something, right? Like, oh, this is it. Like once you understand that these skills, and that's the mindset of two, that's why skills, right? Like most people just don't have the mindset that, you know, that life is a journey of learning, right? It really is. And that's one of the biggest differentials, you know, of success in any industry. So I'm very excited about that product, 100%.
And one of the things that we have to also understand is what's going on in the world. When we start talking about these skills, guys, these are skills that are up and coming. They're innovative. They're forward thinking. And why do I say that? I was just reading, I have it right here in front of me on Forbes. It says, half of all skills will be outdated within 2 years. And so imagine you went to school, right, for 4 years or 8, and your skill is now outdated. Why is that happening? Artificial intelligence, right? And so one of the things that we need to understand, what Liv was just saying, is learning is a continual process. It's every single day you should be learning something new, whether that's about yourself, whether that's about your skill set, your mindset, your heart set, whatever way you want to look at it, right? So skills and the different academies that we'll launch within it will always be that. They'll always be innovative, income producing skills. And that's the first thing you need to develop as an entrepreneur, as a digital entrepreneur, is develop your skills, and develop, better than that, income producing skills. Then once you've mastered that income producing skill, that's the investment that you make into your mind, you can then go and acquire income producing assets, right? And I think people always want to automatically jump to the income producing assets, and they see all these great things out there. It doesn't matter what, investment strategy. It doesn't matter if it's cryptocurrency or NASDAQ or, just options or synthetic indices. It doesn't matter what financial market. If you do not have the skill set, the understanding of how it works, you're going to go in blind. And could you get lucky and make some money? Yes, but your luck's going to run out sooner or later. And not all investments, I should say no investment is guaranteed, right? So the first thing you want to do is acquire income producing skills, and then move on to income producing assets. Now, so that's a little bit about skills. Let's talk about Odyssey here for a moment. And I know there's a when we talk about Odyssey, even internally within our team, it's like, oh, well, Odyssey's this. Well, no, Odyssey is not that. Odyssey is, I think, multi-dimensional. There's a lot of different sides that are going to come into Odyssey. So when we talk about Odyssey and developing your business in this industry that we're in, doesn't matter if you want to call it affiliate marketing, network marketing, community building, tribe building, whatever term you want to use, there's a saying that, people build businesses and systems build businesses. Well, I kind of have a problem with that. It's because leaders build businesses, people follow. Leaders will build a business, and systems will sustain the business long term. And that's what Odyssey is. It's that business development system, business development suite in all areas, whether from the social side or the marketing, the forward-facing marketing side, or even the business development system for networkers. So let's talk a little bit about the vision for Odyssey.
Yes, 100%. So obviously it's that gift of digital entrepreneurship, right? It's something that's real. It's something that's flexible. I mean, I love that part, right? Like flexibility is what people need, because we're all squeezed, we're all cornered, right? We're all just like, we lack so much in time and opportunity. And digital entrepreneurship and Odyssey and what IX has to offer in their ambassador program really gives people that opportunity to, no matter what their circumstances are, right? No matter what's their schedule, no matter how crazy their life is right now, they have the opportunity to try this out. And we're building all these different paths, right? That like, obviously I'm big in marketing and social media and content marketing, right? So, and I work with a lot of influencers, and, from like reality TV stars and people that just come out and they explode and they have 1 million followers on Instagram, and they're like calling me and, how do I make money now? Because it's not just like that, right? Like, it's not just the following. And this gives that opportunity for people to really experience what, the digital entrepreneurship and that side of social media. Because people now, one of the positive trends that's coming out of this, right, that coming out of all this noise that we're experiencing in the world, is that people are connecting to brands now through people a lot more than through corporations, right? So that's the wave that we're going to help people ride, and anybody can do it, and that's powerful. And so I love that concept.
And see there, that's another side of Odyssey altogether, right? Like I'm talking the traditional sense over here, like affiliate network marketing, but there's a whole other side to this, influencer marketing, that we can get to. So there's a lot to come, guys. There's a lot to be developed within Odyssey. Odyssey is your business, your entrepreneurship journey, right? That's what we're on right there. All right, last two we got coming up, and these are the two new larger ticket items, I guess, if you want to say it that way. We got our Ronin card coming up here. And when I presented Liv with the idea of this card system, it's like, oh, well, it's just a card, and we put something together, and then we're like, you know what, this could be something way bigger if we position it a little bit differently. And that's when we sat down and well, I don't think we sat down, but I was still standing, but we had a conversation and we talked about it being something more. And when you came back to me with this brand of Ronin, I was like, what the heck? Like, what is this? But I thought it was amazing. But let's talk a little bit. Let's talk about the brand. What is Ronin? And then how does it relate to our new crypto on and off ramp card?
Yes, so Ronin is a concept that I've been in love with for a long time, because Ronin is a global concept, right? And it's a samurai that has no master, right? And obviously, like, how powerful is that? For me, identity is one of the hardest bridges to build with people, yet one of the most necessary and powerful, because people just don't see themselves, they don't give themselves identities. A lot of people just live through labels that are given to them by other people. And we have to change that. Like, a Ronin gives you that identity when you become part, and there's a lot to it, obviously, into this brand and into this product. But once you join the club, right, like, you are a Ronin. You are going to be a part of the decentralization movement, and you are going to understand how to harness your power from it, right? And it's just like that identity of, like, I'm going to stand on my own, right? Like, I don't need no masters. I don't need anybody to tell me what to do, like you said in the beginning, right? Because if I understand how things work, I am enough to pave my own path. And with the tools that we're giving them, like, they're very much able to do so.
Yeah, 100%. And it solves a big problem, right? There's a lot of people in our community, whether in the US or internationally, people do not know how to get in and out of crypto. People do not know how to monetize their crypto. Like, oh, I got, $500 in this, XPLR token or debt token or USDT or Bitcoin. But how do I get gas in my car with that? How do I go buy some eggs? How do I buy some groceries? And what Ronin allows you to do is it bridges that gap for you guys. You'll purchase a Ronin card. There will be multiple different levels. You will be able to load, whether through ACH or wire, into your Ronin platform, and then you could buy crypto, or you could take your crypto USDT, convert it into USD immediately, available on your Visa card. So that is the power. You now have a way to get in and out of crypto quickly. The higher end cards will come with more benefits as far as lower transaction fees. All that information we will be releasing here over the course of the next couple of weeks. This system is up and ready. We went through the final testing yesterday. And I'm just excited about what's to come with that one. Okay. So last but not least, guys, this is the reason that we're all here. But we wanted to take the opportunity to go through everything so people can go back and watch this video. You can send this video out when they're talking about xlife. What is it? Well, it's this. Watch this part of the video. What is skills? What is Odyssey? What is Ronin? All that information is now there. But the reason we're here today is because this week we launched announced a partnership with a company called DreamTrips. Now, before we get into DreamTripsX, let me talk a little bit about DreamTrips and why this is very, very important for what we are doing here at IX. Number one, I want you guys to understand is it gives us diversification outside of just the financial education space, right? It gives us the ability to now have a different vertical within our company. And it gives us a vertical that allows us or enables us to be a community, but not an online community, an in-person community. It's where the high tech of everything that we talked about is going to go high touch. This is where you're going to be able to meet up with your team, with your tribe, with the people that have the same interest as you. So this travel club, DreamTripsX, powered by DreamTrips. Number one, I want you guys to understand, pre-pandemic, Dream Trips has done over, in 1 year, just under $900 million, or just over $900 million in sales. They've had a total of 5 million subscribers. They've sent over 1 million people on trips around the world on these Dream Trips. So what does that say to me when I was looking at this? This is a product that works. This is a product that has scalability. Okay, that's what we need right now. We need to grow from 10,000 reps to 100,000 reps to 1 million reps. So we needed a product that was scalable. We needed a product that was outside of the financial education space. We needed a product that would fuse the high tech with the high touch. And Awaken was starting to do that. But imagine this. Imagine you're able to now go on an Awaken trip every 90 days. Imagine you're able to go on on this trip, whether you qualify or you don't. Imagine you're able to earn volume for selling tickets to these Awaken events. And on top of that, imagine you're able to take DreamTripsX, just normal trips with your team. You want to go out to Napa Valley for the weekend and do an incentive trip with your team? Take them. You want to go to Thailand for the weekend? Take them. You want to go to Bali? We have availability. You want to go to Dubai for New Year's? You got that too. You want to go to New York to watch the ball drop? You got that too. You want to go down to the Caribbean? We got that too. You want to go down to Australia? We got that too. You want to go on a 14-day trip through Eastern Europe or through Europe? We got that too. So this partnership, everything that we have with DreamTripsX is absolutely amazing. I know that was my view on it as the CEO, as the networker. Liv has a completely different vision, but they also fuse together. So that's the great thing about this, Liv. So let's give us your thoughts. Give us, what do you see with DreamTripsX?
Yeah, so yeah, obviously everybody loves to travel, but I always go back again, right? I always go back to the goal, which is, right, bringing results in people's lives and the problems and the lacks that we experience in our lives today. And we're talking about the problems of technology, and you mentioned when you go anywhere, really, and you just stop looking at your phone and you look up and everybody's looking at their phone. And one of the main problems that we experience in the world today is how disconnected we are from people. Mm-hmm. Even though, right, like literally, like there's people sitting at a dinner table and looking at the phone. So I'm looking at your Instagram feed while I'm with you instead of looking at you and talking to you, right? So that's a big problem, because guess what? We are humans, we're pack animals. We need a pack in order to thrive in life. There's no other way around it, no matter who you are, where you are, or how antisocial you think you are in your head. And I take myself as an example. You cannot live without a pack. You cannot thrive without people, whether personally or professionally, right? Mm-hmm. Professionally being a big one too. So our life experience gets enhanced when we're connected with people and we build meaningful relationships. So this product, when, Joe came and said like, okay, we're doing this, and it's such a powerful project. And for me, I'm just like, okay, how can we use this to enhance and bring people more results and connect in deeper levels and resolve, one of the biggest and most, it's just like, it's the biggest problem for me, because I can see how it's affecting the world, right? It's just how it's affecting everybody in the world. So this is going to be what we use for the solution. And because it's attached to travel, which is so exciting, I mean, right? And everybody should experience it, different cultures and different places in the world. And we're going to make that possible with a very key enhancement to it. So I'm very excited about this one.
Very excited. So let's look through some of these slides here. I think I messed up my slides. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. I might have skipped one there. No. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about, this is more than a travel club, right? It is the great thing about Dream Trips. Like I said, they already come with the access to over 30,000 curated trips around the world. So when we're talking about scalability, like, oh, we need to turn on 20 trips in Southeast Asia because we have a South Korean team, our Indian team. We have, right now we have them looking at 3 different internal India destination trips that they're building out for us, plus Thailand, plus Bali, plus all these other destinations in Southeast Asia. Oh, guess what? Tomorrow, our Latin American team just pops off, and we need to start putting destinations to San Andres, Colombia, Cartagena, Lima, Peru, Cusco, Machu Picchu, Patagonia, Rio, like all the destinations that we need to in South America. We can regionalize this, guys. We can make this as expensive and luxurious as we want, or as standard and massive as we want. So this gives us the ability, it gives us the scalability, and it gives us the flexibility. But more than that is the enhancements that Liv is talking about. She just went through and talked a little bit about it, is how do we marry the high tech with the high touch? How do we just take those travel experiences, but how do we prepare people to go to visit, Lima, Peru, one of the top food destinations in the world, one of the top cuisines in the world right now? Like, and people need to get educated on that. They don't know where to go. They don't know what food tours to go on. They don't know what restaurants to visit. They don't know what districts to go to that will have the best street food. And so a lot of those things on the educational side or the technology side is what we will be giving you guys as those, as that education and that tool to be able to learn while you're also on these trips. And Liv, I'd love for you to give your, point of view on this as well.
Yes, for sure. So, so obviously we're going to be going through more slides that are going to break down, right, in more detail. But so what we're doing is creating these digital experiences within xlife that match with these travel products, right? And so obviously we're going to have the dream trips, right? The dream trips as they are right now, which they are amazing. And then we're also going to have this xlife experience that will connect with what we call DreamTripsX, right? And so some of these dream trips will be selecting based on the potential to do and achieve certain goals.
So we're going to be curated experiences.
Yes, always. And so by doing that, we're going to create a pre-travel experience online that will allow people to connect, to learn, to prepare their mindset. And so their travel experience now becomes something it's never been done before, by the way, right? Not the way we're doing it. So now those travel experiences become something a lot beyond just, the travel, which you can also do, right? But where the world is, where people are right now, I know that this is going to explode because people are really in luck for that more that we're going to be able to offer with DreamTripsX.
Okay, let's go through some of these slides because we got some really cool slides here. These are just the standard dream trips, some of the featured destinations that we've had out there. Like we talked about, we have we're looking to go to Thailand. Look at that, $759 per person, 5 days, 4 nights. And when we talk about a dream trip, guys, okay, I want you guys to know what's included. For those of you guys that are in IX and have been to an Awaken, it is similar to an Awaken experience. There's no seminar involved, but you get picked up at the airport, you get dropped off at the airport. You get either an all-inclusive or you're going to know exactly what hotel you're staying at with what meals are included. You'll get some type of welcome event and some type of farewell event. And you'll also get some type of excursion included in this. So anything from Thailand to China to Germany to South America, it is, basically anywhere we can imagine we want to go, we can do it. So with that, DreamTripsX was born, right? Travel that empowers. I love that tagline because what we are looking to do within IEX, within the xlife concept is help people grow, right? X your life, multiply your life, grow your life. In IX, people know, the people that know me, IX has a representation of something. The I represents you, yourself, right? Yourself, your soul, and the X is the multiplier. It's self-growth. Well, here, grow your life, X your life, grow into the person that you want to become. So let's talk a little bit about DreamTripsX, Liv. And I know we got a couple slides here. So tell me when, we have the 3 different categories we got to talk about here and what they're going to entail. But just give us an overall and we'll go into each category here.
Yes, 100%. So within xlife, we are creating these portals that are called xlife Travel Connect, which is connected to a single trip, and where people that are going to travel get to connect, right? Not only with their travel guides and get all that support that Dream Trips actually already gives, but they also connect with each other, right? And obviously, we're putting a lot of development to strategically really incentivize people to get them out of their shell and to get them to where they need to be mentally, right, to really get the most out of their travel. So with these DreamTripsX, right, you're going to be able to access the xlife Travel Connect and connect with the people that you're going to be traveling with. And xlife Travel Focus, which is the curated content that's going to pair to that specific trip, right? So there's a lot that will go into that. Obviously, a lot of mindset, but just like Joe was saying, a lot of specific trip information. And as we're going to dive into our categories, you understand a little bit better of what this type of content will be. And then, of course, curated experiences that are built to enhance a certain thing. And then with the focus of grow personally and professionally while traveling the world.
Perfect. Well, let's jump into those categories here. So we got Connect Plus, and this is the concept of where we're going to start getting into these different categories. So I got 3 on my slide here, but let's talk about Connect Plus, and then we'll go into the other ones.
Yes, so Connect Plus is our social DreamTripsX that's really focused on connecting people, right? Connecting people with their tribes, really. So these are going to be like identity-based, like tribe-based, right? So we're going to have for different segments, of audiences, of society, of getting together, right? So whether they're foodies, right, that's really what they're into, or whether they're adventurers, right? Like these trips are going to be really focused on that, but it's going to be focused on getting them together, getting them interacting, getting them building these relationships, because guess what? These relationships are just going to be is what we need in life, right? So when you get together with people that are from your same tribe, first of all, there's that thing, right? Like you go into these tours and these big trips, right? Sometimes with 50 people, and you don't know them. But also you don't know what interests you have in common with them, right? So it's tough. It's tough to go out there and connect with people that you don't know, especially because you weren't given a line of connection. So these trips are built to give you the line of connection and to break the ice through the xlife Connect, Travel Connect platform. So you already know everybody by the time you got there. And guess what? You all have a common interest, and that's why you're gonna go have these curated experiences that are focused on that interest, right? One that we're talking about that I like, so it was just one for content creators, and then when you go out there on this experience for content creators, you're going to have an experience in the middle of it that's going to be for creating content, and then everybody's going to help each other creating content, right? Instead of being I really want, to shoot content right now, but in a group of 30 people, I feel awkward, right? Should I pull out my phone? I don't want people to judge me. No, we're all in this together. We're all in this, we're a part of the same tribe. We're doing this together. We're helping each other. That's how you build lifetime relationships, personally and professionally. So that's the focus of Connect Plus.
Perfect. And so I'm thinking of my mentor, Brian Robert here. So we'd be able to set up a Comic-Con trip for him then, right? And send him with all his little geek friends as well. Just kidding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's such a powerful community. I love that community,
I
by the
see.
way. Okay.
Yeah,
I love that community.
I see Kramer on here as well, so I was just kind of, it's a little jab at them. So, but yeah, so that's the great thing. We'll be able to send them identity based, your interests, going out there with people, so you can immediately have some type of connection. You can immediately have some type of conversation. Know, hey, these guys are interested in all this stuff as well. Or these guys are going to be filming content as well. These guys are going to be interested in food. It doesn't matter if I order 20 things, because they're going to be ordering 20 things as well. So that's great. So perfect. All right, let's talk about career here.
Yeah, I love that one. I love that one a lot. Obviously, I love everything. I'm going to say I love everything. Well, I have created. So yes. So Career Plus is a really big one, because obviously we all need to boost our careers, right? Like always, a constant, right? It's a constant. It's not like a one-time thing. Like we're in a constant. If you want to, earn more and achieve more, you are going to be working on your growth. Career Plus is focused on that. So the thing with travel, right? It's like you're learning things when you travel. You are learning things, you're experiencing things, and you're learning things that you won't learn through uniquely to that experience that you wouldn't learn anywhere else, or however else you try to learn those things, right? And so those are going to be focused on boosting the career. So for example, obviously I'm a designer, I'm a brand developer. I love everything visual and art and stuff like that, right? So one of the examples that I always have in my mind is just like, so you go to Spain, for example. Like when you go to Spain, every tour that you take, it's literally like a design tour, because the architecture is brilliant, because the designs are brilliant, because there's so much art, there's so much colors, there's so much of everything. So, but now imagine you're taking the same tour, right? But it's giving you that angle, and it's, just touching the points that you're actually being able to analyze. It's helping you learn and improve your design abilities by touring those places, right? So now you have, so before you could go by yourself and just, go to Barcelona and do an architecture tour. Or now you can do a DreamTripsX, where you're going to be put together with other designers, right? You're going to go experience these things. And here's the thing for me, like I know how to build a portfolio, and I know how to present myself professionally and build my value. A lot of people don't. So a lot of people, they wouldn't include their trip to Barcelona in their portfolio, right? Here we're also teaching people of like, you can take these trips. They are educational to you, and you can use that, and you should use that, because that will open doors for you. So not only you're going to be meeting other professionals, but you're going to be learning new things that you wouldn't behind a computer, right? And you're going to be experiencing that skill that you're learning, right? So there's just so much, obviously, like photography, right? Fashion, there's just endless types of careers that we're going to now working, right? So there's a lot of different careers that we're going to be enhancing through these experiences. And then it's just, and then obviously that's where the xlife connects, putting people together. The xlife travel focus is giving you that content and preparing you through education. So by the time you got there, you also received a lot of exclusive content and education that helped to build that skill, right? That's why it's also paired with a skills experience.
Perfect. And last but not least here, this is probably my favorite one, Empower Plus. Tell us about the vision for this.
Yes, Empower Plus, yes, very passionate about it. And it's a big thing for me, because like this is like, if you talk about, to me, like a lot of people say like, oh, you have so much energy and you're so passionate about everything, right? The passion is coming out. Yes, 100%. But why, right? For me, it all comes down to purpose, right? Purpose really is what fuels greatness, but it's what fuels that passion that will allow you to go that extra mile, that will allow you to, to win too, that extra, to achieve more. Because, and that distraction that we're talking about in the beginning is taking that away from us. We are altruistic by nature, humans. Yep. And that's being taken away from us with the distraction, with the consumerism. And it's just like, what is the meaning of life, right? Well, guess what? It is to empower others. It's to give back. It's to build, right? And as you do that, you grow. So that's why it's empower yourself and empower others. And so it's trips around the world that all come connected with some sort of activity and experience that will allow you to experience empowering others. Either if you're going to build a house or prepare a meal to children in need, and these type of experiences are the most life-changing experiences. And one of these experiences could change someone's life forever. And we're going to have ones that are for families, which I love that, because I know what children learn, from experiencing things like that. And then, the regular type of experiences that you have out there, you don't necessarily know. There's not a lot for families, right? And then again, it's just a full package of experience that, again, it's focused on your growth, right? But this is purpose is a growth weapon that's just not used enough. And when you get out there and you experience yourself empowering others, your life will change, and you will have that passion to move mountains, and nothing will be able to stop you.
And that's exactly, the when I talk about my purpose, right, my why in life, it's always been, I always tell people, look, I want to build schools, build hospitals or health centers or whatever, and just give back. But there's a lot of cool things. I was just thinking, we go down to Peru a lot. Machu Picchu is like one of the wonders of the world. There's a lot of kids down there that don't have fresh water, that don't have food, that they just need some type of help. But it's also one of the top tourist destinations in South America. And so being able to combine a purpose-driven trip, a volunteer program, a give back opportunity, and pair it with a trip of a lifetime, it becomes it impacts your life forever. So that's why for me, this empower is probably the I don't want to say most important category for me, but it's my favorite one. All right. So Liv, we talked already a little bit about connect and focus. Let's elaborate on this a little bit, and kind of the way that I see it. And I see it in very simplistic terms. Media went social with social media. Well, travel just been travel, but now we're taking travel social, and being able to connect people based on their interests, being able to connect people, and have them get out there and reconnect and put these things down, or use these things for good now. So let's talk about connect and focus here. And this is we're coming up on our end here, guys. So if there's any type of questions that you might want us to answer, we'll take a couple. If you guys put them in the chat, we'll answer a couple. But while they're doing that, Liv, let's talk a little bit about, we've already done it, but a little bit more of focus and connect.
Yes. So our xlife platform will be hosting this digital experiences, xlife Connect, and these are trip based, right? So you when you you sign up and you book your DreamTripsX, whether it's Connect Plus, Empower Plus, or Career Plus, you're going to be given access to these portals that are specific for your trip. So in xlife Connects, you're going to be connecting with the people, but it's not just going to be connecting with the people. You're going to be connecting with the people, and there's going to be activities within that platform that, that is bringing people out of their shells, that is, getting people to know each other, in a natural way, but without, without that, because we're behind screens still at this point, right? So really preparing them for the next trip, connecting. And obviously, we're going to be talking about the details of the trip. We're going to be, people are going to be making plans, right, inside the plans, and all kinds of stuff. And the xlife travel focus will be that curated content that will bring that focus back to what that trip is supposed to unlock. whether if it's connects plus, right, just like really massaging that social out of people and that mindset that allows them to open, whether it is obviously the career plus will be industry specific, will be like whatever skill you're signing up to learn, whatever industry you signed up to explore within that trip. You're going to be getting curated exclusive content on that, gaining skills before you even get there, specific ones that are geared to that trip, to that location, to what you're going to be learning over there. Obviously, if it's in Power, you're going to get to know a lot more of what you're doing there. We're going to have mindset. We're going to be really bringing back out that altruism that's there in you. Getting you connected to the organizations that you might be visiting or helping or volunteering at. And the people, right? And the people there. And so that's what it is. So it's a pre-travel experience that is digital, that occurs within our platform, and that allows people to so now by the time you take that plane and you get there, you've been prepared, you're ready, you've learned, your mindset is open for everything that's to happen. The people that are going to be there, you're connected, you might already, feel like they're your best friends. And now when you arrive and your Dream Trips guide is there, just to pick you up, it doesn't feel like the first day, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like the first day. And because the thing with travel too, it happens so quickly that by the time you're breaking the ice, you're flying back home, right? And this is one of the things we want to change. By the time you got there, you're ready to fully experience and to fully take in everything that you signed up for.
And that's what it's all about, guys. It is about creating an experience. It's about creating an impact through travel, and marrying the two together, bringing technology and bringing travel together, plus transformation. So what we have, guys, is, I believe, something very unique. We have something that has been done before in the past, in stadiums, in stuffy ballrooms around the world. And the only thing we're going to do is they're going to make it cool. We're going to make it fun. We're going to make it social. And we're going to travel around the world. We're going to learn together. We're going to grow together. We're going to connect with people that are like-minded. We're going to give you the technology that will allow you to stand in that holy place and to feel like you belong. And whether that is, for you, meditation, whether for you that's food, whether it's Comic-Con, whatever your interest might be, everybody is welcome here. Everybody will have fun here. Everybody will make an impact here, and everybody will be empowered here. So dream bigger. This is just the beginning, guys. I know there's a lot to be talked about. There's a lot to be trained on. If you have not already started looking into getting out to Cancun, I have some very, very exciting announcements that we'll be doing in Cancun. The people that will be present in that room will be offered, I believe, an opportunity of a lifetime. So please, if you can, try to get there. Doesn't matter how you get there. If you want to qualify to get there, if you want to buy your ticket to get there, let's just get out there. It is the end of the year. There's no better way to ring in the new year than with a new opportunity. We don't have to wait for January 1st to come around. So with that, guys, thank you so much. Liv, thank you for, being here with me. Any final thoughts, comments from your end?
No, that was a great closing. I'm just excited for what's next.
Well, with that, guys, thank you so much. Dream bigger. We'll see you guys in Cancun, and welcome to your new life. Bye.